Oh my gosh, how strange. We still live there. We live there. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen when we're out walking in the neighborhood. This is our normal place.
Hi, and that's your family? Hi, guys.
Nice to meet you.
They grew up together. They were kids.
So we have 87.
This is summary. Oh, all right, cool. Then I guess nothing's good. I'm just saying stock everything, but that's fine. But yeah, whatever. We got it. Look at those notes.
Look at those low notes.
9. No stealing.
I'm not going to steal. I can't even. I'm not going to steal anything.
What have you been seeing?
Yes. I don't know. Whatever I see. I can't
We had
remember.
to go today because we hadn't seen anything in the theater. But then there were people.
Yeah, I heard.
I forgot about people.
You mean you wanted the theater to yourself? That's what I wanted.
Yes.
I allow up to 4 people outside of us. That are otherwise.
Well, you have to have 2 seats in every direction. So
Otherwise, I hyperventilate. Oh, yeah.
that's when you throw popcorn at him as welcome.
Yeah.
I can't. Is my wife here?
Yes.
I can't remember all the movies we've seen recently. Seriously.
Kathleen, could you please come to the front
Not you,
of the
Kathy.
restaurant?
I can't remember, but
She
we'll
might
get
not
there.
be
So
here.
Nice seeing you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Nice meeting you guys.
Bye.
Nathan.
Oh,
Nathan.
he doesn't need to go.
He doesn't
Nathan.
hear a word. They don't listen to a word we say.
Nathan.
Can you find Kathleen? Why, she's
No,
not
we're
here?
fine.
Okay.
We're
she's
good.
Too late.
Welcome to Edward's Magic
She's on a
Corner.
mission.
All right, are we ready?
What's beeping?
Something's beeping.
Something's beeping.
It's annoying.
Dad.
Exterminate.
It's usually my dad.
It's usually my
It's
dad.
off.
Kathleen, Chris needs to know what movies he's
Get him his
seen.
nitroglycerin.
What movies have we seen in the last few
Can't
weeks?
remember.
Indiana
Batman
Jones.
versus Superman, Indiana Jones. 10
Oh, wait,
What
you
did
saw-
you went to one on Wednesday?
You saw the
Not yet.
no, but you guys saw the one with shut up. We saw the one that was the drone one.
Oh, yeah. High in the sky. There you go. Yeah, thank you.
So
Sorry. I
between the
can't
two
remember,
of you, you
seriously.
make one brain.
Ah,
I'm glad Kathleen's here because usually I'm part of the brain, and this time I got to be separate. So
Did you open that door?
it's all
But you're-
Chris's
but
magic
Dad-
door is a little frightening.
Dad, but still, you're
Thank you.
only half of the
Yes,
brain.
I know. I'm only. How dare you?
He's less than half.
Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is now time for the appropriately titled
Yes.
Real Idiots.
I think all the segments should just end
Hold
in
on.
idiots.
Real
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
when Molly's
She
here,
wears her idiot flag proud.
When-
Don't you?
Yay.
Yeah.
when Molly's here, we spell real with 2 E's. See, that was a compliment.
Aw.
Yeah, see? Your mom doesn't get it. She'll get it in about a minute. All right, so
Yay.
let's introduce ourselves. Let's
30
start
seconds.
with,
A minute's a long
let's
time.
start, we'll go with that one first.
Who are you?
I'm Molly Southgate.
Hi, Molly.
Hi.
Hi, Molly.
And you're on such fine podcasts as
Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast. Cuckoo for Who, a Doctor Who podcast. Maybe not the worst podcast ever, a Gallivant podcast.
And now Real Idiots.
Yes, and now real.
And the Live at the Blue Box
you're
shows.
allowed to say the word
You can
idiot.
say Real Idiot. It's the name of the show.
I
It's
cannot.
not a swear word.
I couldn't see
Today.
the name of Factor Crap. Oh, I have to go to timeout now.
She timeouts herself. That's awesome. So
Somebody
she just
has to.
I'm taking 5. See ya.
Somebody has.
Blankety blank. Later.
She's so desperate to be parented, she just does it to herself.
All right. How about
Molly, can you pick this up? 5 minutes.
how about you, lady?
My name is Martha Southgate, and I am co-owner of Southgate Media Group, and on such fine podcasts
Put yourself in timeout.
as Pinterest. Pinheads, the Pinterest podcast.
Wow. Trademark rights.
Counterculture with these two idiots.
Cuckoo for Who, Ever After.
Thanks, Molly. Yeah.
Chester's Mill, Orange is the New Black.
The
You've done all this
Killing.
stuff.
You're on
Yeah.
all of my
Cuckoo
shows.
for Who.
Yeah. How about
Ever
you down there on the end?
After,
I am
Not the Worst
Chris Mao,
Podcast
co-owner
Ever.
of Blue Box Cafe and co-host of several shows, including Counterculture, which we're all on, Real Idiots. What's
Binge-worthy.
Pop
Pop culture
Countdown.
And you did Comrades.
Comrades.
No, I
we
didn't do Comrades.
Comrades.
We did,
Deutsch,
Deutsch.
in
Deutsch-
Hoff we trust.
And
In
Hoff
Hoff
We
We
Trust
Trust.
because I
Yeah.
would not let them use the
And
other name.
American Horror Story.
They
Yeah,
all
we did
sorts of stuff.
Disturbed. Yeah.
Disturbed.
And I'm Rob Southgate, co-owner of Southgate Media Group, and on a lot of shows. Enough Said and New Media Lab, two of the big ones for me right now, and then all the stuff we do. So let's talk movies.
Okay, who wants to go
Awesome.
first?
So, all right, we've seen a couple of things. What do you want to start with?
Chris,
No, you start.
you start.
No, you start.
Molly,
Are you
what,
having a starting fight?
what did you start with
Just-
today? What did we see today? Let's
Are you
let's
nervous?
start there.
It's just because you weren't prepared.
I'm prepared. What are you talking about?
He's more prepared than I am. Molly, what
I'm
did
more
we?
prepared.
Look at, she's got notes and pictures. What did you guys see today? I know you guys went and saw.
Jungle Book.
Ooh.
Yeah, we went to
It-
see Jungle Book.
Was
so good.
so
Now
good.
you haven't seen this one, right?
I have not. I've heard about it though. So
Jungle Book is
It was excellent.
amazing.
Has anyone here seen Jungle Book? The new one? No?
No,
It
you know,
Was fantastic.
it really is even better than I was expecting. And
Oh, it's way better than I was expecting.
When it came out like last weekend, Alil texted me and he said, "You need to go see this movie right away." He walked out of after he came out of the theater. He goes, "This thing is one of the best movies I've ever seen." Even with that expectation, I still didn't
Right.
know it was going to be this good. It is unbelievable. Great story. As
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I mean, we all know the Jungle Book story, or at least
Oh,
somewhat.
King Louis. King Louis was the best.
You
and,
got Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken is King Louis.
Well, why don't you tell us what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
what
tell
you
us.
I
wrote?
have
your
a
info.
fact about King Louis.
Okay.
how about
Well, you have a lot of
start at the
stuff.
beginning?
Yes. Wait, I have a fact about King
Fact
Louis.
or crap? Come on, Mal, what
She's
is it?
going her own route. All right, go ahead.
It says Favreau changed King Louis from an orangutan to a
Now, is that thing
Giganta-
real?
Yeah, Gigantopithecus.
Is it Gigantopithecus real?
Yeah.
yeah.
Shut up! That thing's like
Because-
King Kong. It's huge.
Because
Oh, it's
orang-
bigger than King Kong.
It's not bigger.
I don't know
than
how
King
big
Kong.
King Kong is.
No idea.
Because-
I just made that up.
because orangutans are not native to India.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
are wolves and bears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Read that fact.
They used about 70 distinct species of native animals. Huh.
Interesting.
But what about the 80 others? That there weren't any.
What?
I
That's
don't
where the idiots part comes.
Well,
Am I
yeah.
allowed to call you an idiot?
Welcome to the Idiots Podcast.
No.
We just changed it from two E's to an E and an A.
That
That's
was
right.
good. Molly, it's good.
So
Did you hit? Did you
Did you
get
hit
hit?
your head earlier?
Oh, I think
She
you
was
might
just
have.
born that way.
it's been a
right,
full
what
day
else do
for
you
all
have?
of us.
Well, I have the reviews they have.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It got 94% on Rotten Tomatoes
That's good.
and
That
Variety.
is 1% higher than Batman v Superman, so that's good.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait,
Or
I think it
No.
got
or 60 or 61%.
or 61% more.
Variety magazine wrote that maintaining the buoyant heartbeat beneath all the digital flash, Favreau never loses sight of the fact that he's making an adventure story for children.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm done.
And
No, you're
I have
not.
to
Clear
say,
now, you got more.
I have to say the
No.
adventure
Out.
element of it.
Molly out.
Yeah. Peace out, homies. I got to say the adventure element of it
Yeah.
was astounding.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
like you are really on the edge of your seat through a lot of this.
And there are jump scares.
Oh,
through the
yeah.
whole thing. He screamed the loudest swear word. We had children behind us. I was
What?
like, Rob, we're in a kids
I
movie.
didn't hear.
okay.
Oh
I
my
never-
gosh, he
and I
freaked
never
out.
do that. But when Shere Khan jumps out that first time, I mean,
Well,
this
don't
is
spoil.
okay.
Oh, come on.
It's Shere Khan. Everyone knows Shaka Khan is in it.
That's true.
Shaka
What?
Khan?
Is
No.
Shaka Khan still alive?
Yes.
Shaka Khan.
No.
Anyway,
I trust Alba.
when Shere
Yeah.
Khan,
I
yeah,
took
Idris Elba
notes.
plays Shere Khan.
I took
When
notes
Shere
for a
Khan
reason.
jumped out the
Yeah.
first time, I swore.
Swore
And I
loudly.
never do that.
I
This
didn't hear.
was a shock.
It was funny.
At
And
least I
Idris
didn't
Elba-
hear.
But
awesome.
there were so many, and you jumped we watch horror movies all the time. He never
But
does-
in this movie,
oh my gosh,
you know
he was like,
why?
"Oh."
because
The whole
these
movie.
animals, the way they did this, it's
so
so
real.
realistic,
Yeah.
and it's the best, some of the best CGI I've ever
Very
seen. I mean, it
fun.
is unbelievable to the point that you're watching at some points and you're thinking they had to have filmed a real animal and then did some digital stuff to it.
Sure.
I don't think they did. I think this is all just. It's
Creative.
unbelievable. It's like
Yeah.
when you see what's that movie with Richard Parker,
Oh.
Oh, Life of
I
Pi.
Life
Wait.
of Pi.
Right.
Wasn't that tiger?
When you watch
wi-
Life of
that tiger
Pi,
was fake?
that tiger,
Right,
I kept
looks real.
swearing, okay, they had to have filmed the tiger separately and then they did this. And then I'm watching the making of, and he's never real.
Right. You
That
could
was
not believe it. Like you're watching it.
Astounding.
Well, but that's like the bear in Revenant. Not real.
Didn't see it.
We haven't gotten there yet. We're
It's
working.
gonna-
on
I
it's
it.
And
gonna
Leo
take a shape.
DiCaprio.
And you should
Speaking of
because it's
bears.
fantastic.
Leo DiCaprio, not
Bill
real.
Murray played Baloo.
Yeah, Bill
Yeah.
Murray was
Yeah.
Baloo. He's excellent. I mean, and then another shocker, like I didn't know Christopher Walken was King Louis. That was
Right.
great. But I didn't know Scarlett Johansson is Ka.
That was mine.
Well, you're not
You've been reading them.
Read it.
And the Ka section,
You've
you
been-
know,
Jump right in.
You've been holding back. You
Oh.
can't.
Ka's
with
the
your
boa
head.
constrictor.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, it was so cool.
it was, do you remember in the, I am going to spoil this. In the cartoon, remember when Ka is mesmerizing Mowgli and the eyes are like going all these different colors?
Mhm.
They do that
They
here.
do something similar.
You
Similar.
need to watch,
Oh, it's
Nice.
not
cool.
exactly.
but watch the eyes closely because they do this thing where
Really
it's kind of
cool
waving
thing.
and it's like you're watching it going,
Tell you
I
Um,
see why he's
about-
mesmerized.
I
It
did.
is so good. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
there were lots of points to
Don't
swear in this. Okay,
Mess with my
let's hear it,
All right.
Molly. What do you
Don't
got?
mess with their mojo.
Neil Sethi was
Well,
Mowgli.
no. What about
Neil
Ka?
Sedaka?
What did we talk about with Ka?
Oh, I have a fact about Ka.
Yeah, it was appropriate. At
Fun
this
fact.
moment. Factoid.
Ka was supposed to be a boy, like in the Disney film, but John Favreau thought it was too male oriented,
It was.
so he changed it.
It was.
Like
The
my
only
acting.
female other than Ka
She
that I
wasn't finished with
Oh,
her
sorry.
story.
I was just saying, like it was like my acting.
Like your acting school.
Mhm,
Right,
How,
where-
how they kind of flip the characters.
They'll
Right.
flip genders.
they flipped
Yeah.
genders. Well,
to change things up.
the only other female that I really took note of was the wolf, the mother.
Oh, she was
so
good.
it was the right choice to add Ka as a female. Oh,
Yes.
she was good.
Okay, now
Did you
can
now
go
a
on.
new family just walked in? Did you guys see Jungle Book yet? No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Go
Um,
see it. It's so good.
Okay,
Jungle Book.
Neil Sethi was Mowgli, and he had to have parkour training to prepare for the role.
So that answered a question when we walked out of the movie. Molly said, "I wonder if that was him really doing the stunts."
Yeah.
I thought he did a significant amount. This
Mhm.
kid,
Uh-huh.
if he had parkour training,
He
he
was
did.
unbelievable.
Yeah, the kid was
Oh,
amazing.
what an
Yeah.
actor! And he just unknown. Like they auditioned in all different countries trying to find the right kid, and they
Yeah.
found
They
him.
found him.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah. So what else you got? His name is Neil Sethi.
Ben, I just have one more.
Okay.
Who does
One
Ben
more?
Kingsley
One
play?
Oh, that's what
The
I was
Mandarin.
gonna say. The Jaguar.
Bagheera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bagheera.
Bagheera the jaguar.
And the
Leopard.
director was John Favreau.
Panther.
Panther.
And that is
You're
it.
wrong.
He's a Black
I was wrong
Panther.
twice, and you were wrong. He was a Black
Black
Panther.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Sorry, we were all just
Yep.
spinning there, so we got to the right answer.
Beyonce was dressed like him at the Super. Oh, never mind. Come on, that was a good one.
It
That was a
wasn't.
good one.
It wasn't.
Boo.
Yep.
All right, is that all you
That
That's
it?
it.
Okay.
All I can say is,
And
Chris,
I am
you need to go
done.
see
See
this.
this movie, all of
Oh,
you.
it was
See
so good.
the movie.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
It
really
is
so
watch
fantastic.
good.
worthy.
The other thing is, if you watch the, I think it was Iron Man 2 had a making of featurette on the Blu-ray, and it shows Favreau working with them, showing how they did digital effects.
Mhm.
It's that making of is amazing, and after you see that, you realize he is really the right guy for this. Like I was seeing that when I was watching this, like
Sure.
he the way he works with that, because you think, oh, they're just sitting looking at a computer, and it's like, no, it's really
No.
not. Especially the way he makes these.
He's a very hands-on director. He's
Yes.
not step back and let them do it. I mean, he lets actors do things, but he gets in there and really puts his stamp on it. Like
You-
we talked about it, how you give him the creativity to run with the project, he's going to make it really well.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's what's happened.
You
with
also,
it's amazing.
It comes through so strongly how much he loves the story.
Yeah.
That he
Oh,
is a
yeah.
fan.
Yeah, he
He's
is totally a fan.
And
Well, the other thing
it goes back to the original, and he says, you know, I loved the story when I was a
Right.
kid. I remember seeing it in the theater.
There's a little featurette at the beginning where he comes in and says, I remember seeing this in the theater.
Uh-huh.
I remember that Disney movie. I loved this.
Cool.
So I'm just
Yeah.
really
So
excited
you
to bring
can
this
tell
to you.
he is truly a fan, and is
when he
trying
did Iron
to
Man
really
1, that
do
was
something.
the
Yeah,
big
he
thing.
wanted
He's
to
like,
do-
I love the comic. I love this.
Yes.
I
Yep.
want to do it. Let's run. So
Yeah. Well, and he did Zathura too. And it
Uh-huh.
was the same thing from what I understand. That
Oh,
he
cool.
loved
Yeah.
that source material.
sure.
He's just a really interesting, geeky fanboy that really
Yeah.
cares about
He
putting
knows
out a
what
good
he's doing,
product.
but he knows what he's doing,
He
Uh-huh.
does.
and that makes a big difference. All right,
Well,
you
he's
wanna-
got.
He wanted to be in a show that I was in, but I got cast instead. Isn't that funny?
is that
No.
true fact?
What
That's a true fact.
what pizza commercial?
He wanted to be in Booty and Swag when I was in Booty and Swag, and Bill took me. Bad move for everybody.
Oops.
Except John
Did you
Favreau.
meet
No, so then he got friends. It's okay. So,
I was like, hey, Bill, can you call him? No.
Did you meet him?
No. I would have made fun of him back then. Get out of here.
Why
you
are you
I wanted
touching
to see-
any of my
All right,
stuff?
I want to talk about other movies.
But
So-
mom,
It's Chris's
Oh.
turn.
no, it's okay. What do you want to talk about?
mom, you have to.
No, I want
Yeah.
Chris.
Go,
to
tell
go.
me
Chris.
about you.
What did you see?
So
Chris has a whole
we
load of
saw-
them
I
over
do. Well, I have a load of stuff that I've seen, but Kathleen and I, they are redoing it at Marcus Theater. They're showing all of the Indiana Jones movies.
Mhm.
So they did Indiana Jones.
Yeah, they're
did the
showing.
first- They did.
They're not
yeah.
doing it as a marathon.
No,
right?
they're doing each week. They're going to do each one. We saw the first one on big screen, and it was fantastic. Now it's not remastered. It wasn't, in high def. It was
Yeah.
a little bit grainy. It was film, but seeing that movie on the big screen is so much better, so much more visceral than
Yeah.
watching it at home. Now it's a great movie any way you see it, but I think we talked a little bit
on
about
the
it.
screen, because you know what? A couple years ago, I went to see it. They did a marathon of the 3.
Mhm.
They actually did the 4. I was going to bail by 4.
Right.
Even though I say that, and then I'm like, yeah, you know me, I would have toughed it out. I was in school. I got a text while I was there, like, we're working on our paper and we need help. And I'm like, I can't ditch my grade to see some movie.
Right.
So I walked out towards the end of the second film. But I got to say, man, even the second one, watching both of them on that screen,
Mhm.
if you have an opportunity to do it, go see these.
Yes.
And we've done a lot of revival theater stuff.
Well, and you're
seeing
not
movies-
taking her, and
For what?
You know what? I didn't even think about it. When is it still on one?
Well, no, one was last
One and
week,
done?
and 2 is this week at Marcus. And they didn't do it. They did it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, because they're not tipping into their special Tuesday.
Sure.
But it was only $5 to go, and it was fantastic.
All right.
Well,
We can
'cause,
go
you know,
see
it's-
2. We
Because
can
it's
watch
there.
1 at home and go see 2. Do you want to do that?
she needs
Yeah.
to
2
see
is
them.
the scary, weird one, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
What?
She needs to.
Yeah,
Well,
you need to see it because it's got Short Round in it.
it
Huh?
does.
No Time for Love, Dr. Jones.
No time for
It's the same kid from Goonies, which you didn't see.
All right, what have
Wait,
you
That's her
got?
fault.
You're not.
No, it isn't. It's your
What
fault.
have
No,
you
it's
got?
my fault.
What have I got? Well,
We'll
no,
have to
I
keep
wanted to talk
moving.
about
It's
Indiana
my
Jones
fault.
another minute here.
Oh.
So when you went to see it,
Mhm.
you posted some pictures. They had like an arc there.
So when we went, they had the local Indiana Jones fan club had an arc, and they had
there's
people-
a fan club. Is that
There's
who
a
you
fan club.
texted me about?
Yes, I texted you about it.
Are they
So
coming here?
We're gonna try to get them here, but they have an Indiana
Nice.
Jones fan club. They had an arc. They had
Will they
a
bring
guy
it?
dressed like Indy. I don't know if they'll bring it. We'll have to ask them. But they had actual people reenact. They were World War II actors dressed as Nazis, and we took pictures in front of the Ark. It was really kind of
How
cool.
did we not go to this?
I don't know. I showed up and I was like, I saw it.
You're
I'm
the
like,
one that can
this is the
take
greatest
me.
thing ever. But I did make the mistake. I walked up to the guys who were Nazis and go, so what kind of cosplay group are you from? They're like, no, we're reenactors. And I'm like, oops, sorry.
Oh,
But it's okay.
they didn't
I
like
go,
you
that.
I go, you
man.
know what? At the movie
Watch him
theater,
in cosplay.
we call that cosplay. So it's all the same thing. It's just
It
different.
is,
So.
but in our world, we
But in our
call it
world, it's cosplay. But it was really neat.
We have a criminals a few years ago. Now we're cosplayers.
we have
I
cosplay?
don't. But they probably don't like the word play.
Sure.
Dad, you're one of those nuts.
They're very serious.
You're one of those nuts.
You like that
No.
stuff. Are you offended if we call them cosplayers when they dress up in military stuff? Never thought of it. Okay. He's still a nut.
Oh,
When we were in Indiana, oh, thank you, sir.
Speaking
When we
of,
were in Indiana at the Indiana Children's Museum, they had movie props there. First of all, they had Christopher Reeve's cape from Superman.
ooh, nice.
But as we were walking out, they had the gold idol, they had the whip, and
Oh,
they
wow.
had the fedora in one case. I was freaking out. Then I read it, and they were the actual props from the movie.
Ooh.
Awesome.
That was
Awesome.
cool. Yeah, you know, and going back and revisiting it, you kind of have, you know, the like, oh, he uses his whip all the time and he does all that stuff.
Yeah.
He uses the whip, I think, twice in
Right.
the movie. Maybe 3 times because he uses it in the beginning, and
He
then
uses
in one
it to go over the chasm.
right, and then one of the fights he uses the whip to start the horses,
Right.
and I think that's it.
He
But
was
it's like-
supposed to use it in the scene when he shoots the guy. The guy
Right.
does that big sword thing, and then he was supposed to do this big whip thing. And Harrison Ford in real life had diarrhea.
Dysentery, yeah,
Yeah,
dysentery really bad.
dysentery. So he just pulled out his gun and shot the guy. And the actor was smart enough to make it look like he fell back. And they got
Right.
it in that one take. That was it. It's awesome.
And then Harrison was in bed for the next 12 hours. I mean, the thing that I think we kind of
And
talked
then he
about
broke
this
his leg
before.
getting out of the Millennium Falcon. Oh no, that's years later.
Oh, that's later. The similarities between Star Wars and Indiana Jones and the pacing and the way they did
Yes.
some of the interactions was very obvious looking back at it 35 years later. Doesn't take away from the film, but you look at it and go, do we,
Yeah.
didn't
Although, you know
use
what?
those
I was
tricks.
thinking after you said that, a major difference is the dialogue is significantly better in Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Not to be a hater on Star Wars. I
No.
love Star Wars.
But the
Indiana Jones
dialogue
dialogue
is much better.
is
Yes.
really something.
It's good, but I mean, and the movie is great, but you look at it and you're like, wow, that's kind of set up almost like the shot is almost
yeah,
exact,
yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah, especially like when they're in the thing when the Nazis, when he's got the rocket launcher on the Nazis. It
Yes.
looks like when they have R2-D2 going through between the
Yep.
things. That could even be shot in the same place for all we know.
Yeah, pretty much so. But the story of it,
Over there.
I found it
All right.
amazing how I thought that the story was over like a really long time. It's literally like 5 days. Indiana, that whole movie
Right.
is like 5 days of time, and you're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty quick. It's
So good. All right.
All
I got
right.
one.
Go ahead.
Do you have one?
Well, yeah, we got to move
Go.
it along, but you go ahead. You go ahead.
We watched the reboot of Vacation. This movie came out in theaters this year.
With the guy from The Office.
You just said that and I can't think of his name.
I know. That's because I can't think of his
The
name.
guy from Office. He was in what's his name? No, not Steve Carell. The one
He
who
was-
was in
The one who was with
Michael?
Angela.
oh, I like this guy so much. He took over for Steve Carell's character on The Office.
Michael.
No, he
No,
didn't.
not Michael. And he was in The Hangover. See, I got to know. All right, we'll go on, but we'll come up with it. Christina Applegate is in it. She plays his wife. Whatever his name is playing Rusty Griswold in it. So
Oh,
it is
Ed Helm.
Ed
Ed
Helm.
Helm.
Ed
Yeah.
Helm. So it's a sequel to Vacation where Rusty is now taking his family on the vacation across the country. And he says, you know what? My fondest memory as a kid was taking this big vacation to Wally World. So we're going to do this. And his kids, I'm not
why are
going
the
to give
sandwiches wet? Sorry.
yeah, so here's the deal. I did not have high hopes for this. I had not heard good things about this. I started watching it because I watch everything when I can. Martha's like, I forget what you were doing. We're sitting on the couch. I start watching it, and I'm actually like starting to laugh at this thing, even though it's not good. It's not as good as Vacation, but the jokes, like, okay, I'll get to it. Anyway, Martha goes, "What is this? This is really funny." I go, I know. Here's what it is, but I can't believe it's actually funny. We ended up watching the rest of it today. I gotta say, it's a pretty funny movie. The only problem with it is it's too close to the source material.
Right.
Too many points are the same.
Are rehashed, yeah.
You know, they redo the gag.
They also make, like, the characters aren't really, certainly not believable. The
Right.
dialogue is
Rusty
not that.
is way too much Clark Griswold.
And it's
Right.
very.
I wanted him to be Rusty.
It's very easy jokes.
Yeah, but
So hold on, Michael
but-
Anthony Hall, Rusty, or Ethan
That's-
Embry,
No,
Rusty?
I wanted him to be Anthony Michael Hall Rusty. He's not. He's Clark.
They should have just had Anthony Michael Hall.
They should have. Although Ed Helm was funny in the role.
They could have either of them play it. Think about
Yeah.
that. They could
Yes.
have Michael Anthony Hall or Ethan Embry
They
or
should.
Yeah.
They should have, at nothing else, had them as cameos in it. But
Nick Papagiorgio.
I have to say, if you like Vacation, it's way better than European Vacation
Yes.
and Vegas Vacation.
But not
Neither one
better
of
than
those is any good.
Christmas Vacation.
It's not better than Christmas
I
Vacation.
like Christmas Vacation.
But it is.
This one is
There are parts of it that are
They're good.
probably
really
not
funny.
appropriate at all.
No, it's not appropriate.
No.
No,
There-
it's not
Are
appropriate.
there any that
And-
are
and-
appropriate?
Well, Christmas Vacation. Yeah, the original
wanna
one,
point out
probably.
that
I don't know.
There's
We'll-
a couple
we'll
of
see.
jokes. When she says easy jokes, there's a couple of moments in the film that are so lowbrow that they take away from what you're seeing. Where you go, like, it's funny for 1 second, and then it goes on for 3 more minutes, and you're like, this isn't funny. I don't need to see them covered in feces. That's the joke.
Right.
Not good. What happens after that is very funny. They do too many beats that match up to the original, but it made me afterwards, and I don't know if you think this, it made me
I
think
didn't watch it that closely. I was.
they could
doing
do a
something else.
sequel. And if they did a sequel with this cast and pushed the story in a different direction, this could be a good property. It was actually good enough, and the comedy writing was good enough. It just needs to get further away.
Mhm.
Kind of like Star Wars when people said that about Episode 7. I loved
Right.
7, but a lot of people said it was too close to the source material. This is even closer. But it was funny. Did you like it?
I wouldn't watch it again.
No, I wouldn't watch it again
Yeah.
either. But it was funny.
But it was amusing.
But
yeah.
you'd watch the first Vacation. You'd watch it. If it
We've
was on,
watched that
wouldn't you?
over.
Oh,
and
yeah,
over,
that's an awesome
yeah.
movie.
We watched that one a lot.
This isn't that caliber, but I would say it's number 3 out of the 5.
Right. Yeah.
And the distance between 3 and 4 is enormous. So 3 good ones, 2 terrible ones.
Sure.
Agree.
Good.
All right. Well, we have a throwback because we watched Groundhog Day
Ooh.
with Molly. She hadn't seen it
And then
before.
Ned.
Then we
Ned Ryerson.
Ned Ryerson.
Ned?
So, obviously directed by Harold Ramis. We know that. It was
Another
released.
celebrity death we went through.
Dead.
Yes, it released February 12th of 1993, which is so shocking that it was that long ago. You know, like that seemed like because it was filmed here in Woodstock, and we watched them film because my sister lived a couple of blocks away, and
Nice.
so we would just walk into the town square and stand there, and they had changed all the signs and the restaurants and the theater.
Well, and we
and
saw
everything.
Bill Murray and Brian Doyle Murray.
Oh yeah,
there
because it was like
when we were
while they
there.
were filming the gazebo scenes and
Yeah, they
everything
were
right
there
in
doing
town.
their thing. Bill Murray
And,
was running to the car. I think it's when he steals Puxatawny Phil.
So
That's great.
it starred Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Andy McDowell, Chris Elliott, who I am obsessed. I love
Yes, Chris
everything
Elliott's
Chris Elliott does. Stephen Tobolowsky, who's Ned, and Brian Doyle
Well,
Murray.
he's not Ned. It is. You know, he is Ned.
He's
right?
Ned.
He is
Yeah.
Ned Ryerson, because he
Ned.
walks
And,
up with Bill
Yes.
Murray.
I'm-
Bill?
I'm
Um,
blending.
Ned?
So my favorite thing that I read about this movie when I was kind of looking back, looking through the stuff online, is that Harold Ramis had originally said in the commentary that he believes that 10 years passed, that he was reliving. No, it gets
Really?
better.
Well,
It gets better because then he during an interview more recently he edited that and said, you know what, based on what Bill Murray's character learned
Yeah.
over time. It was more like 30 or 40
sure.
years.
He became a concert.
But
he became a concert
he
pianist.
did. He
Right.
learned. He learned different languages.
Right.
He did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
learned Chinese.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
learned a
French.
number of
French,
languages.
yeah.
Was it French?
Yeah, it was French.
And but he did all this stuff, and so he said, it never occurred to me that it wasn't just a few days until he said that, and I thought, oh my gosh, duh.
I always
He
thought
was
it was.
trapped there
I always
for that
thought it
long.
was like 5 years or something. That was
Right.
kind of the number I had in my head. So that's crazy when you think about it. That makes sense.
I always thought it was like a couple months, maybe a year, at most a year.
It took Bill Murray's character that long to evolve into a person.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he started
30 or
off in the
40.
negative
So
and had
there's
to
hope
build
for
back up.
you.
There is hope.
You just need to
You know
relive
what's
the
funny?
same day.
That's right. You know what's funny is at the beginning when he wakes up and I Got You Babies playing and you're it's cold outside. Ever since we watched that movie, every day in the car,
Yes.
We turn the music on, and
every day,
it's
It was-
been
You Got
Sunny
Me
and
Babies
Cher.
on.
And then I watched 2 movies with Bill Murray. And then I watched Groundhog Day a second time with my cousins, and then I watched this
Today,
then Jungle Book today.
Well, yeah,
with
and we
Bill
went
Murray.
Bill Murray.
we went to our
And
brother
I
and
was a
sister-in-law's
little freaked
and
out.
Groundhog Day was on there too. It's like we're kind of living the movie right now. It keeps repeating and repeating, and that song's going
Nice.
and going.
Chris is
Yeah.
here.
Oh, Chris.
It's pretty wild.
So anyway, it was fun. We loved it, and it was fun to kind of relive those memories of that time and seeing it and
Well, and
and
it's
all
Where
that.
he
that
kills
is-
himself with the toaster or attempts
Oh,
suicide.
everything. I mean, my gosh.
He
Hi,
just goes
Chris.
down, grabs it, goes back upstairs. Everybody's like looking at him, and then power dims. And
That
great.
is a real classic.
Yeah.
That's one that even when you kind of go, oh, I've seen it, I don't really need to reapproach it, and then you watch it, it's like Christmas Vacation. It's really good every time.
I would contend it was one of his defining movies where it
Yes.
really, I mean, I think he was a big star and he was a big comedian, but that gave him a little bit more serious edge
Yes.
to his acting.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't just, hey, I'm Bill Murray doing stupid
He was-
stuff.
He was a jerk
right.
in this, and
Like
he
in
evolved.
Scrooged.
Mhm.
Yes,
I'm
better
like,
than
what,
Scrooge.
is this always his character?
No,
Well, he had a run of about,
yeah. Yeah.
Not
Not long
in
after
Jungle
that, though, he
Book.
did What
Wait.
About Bob, which is completely different.
He was a
yeah.
big jerk in Stripes.
he's a big jerk pretty much. in
Remember
every
with
movie.
the woman? Yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah,
No,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
he isn't a jerk. He plays that slap. That
Yeah,
beginning,
he's
he was
smarmy.
that smarmy
yeah.
sleazebag
Yeah.
comedian. Then he became just the jerk, and then he became
A good guy.
the lovable jerk,
Then
and
he
then he
did, yeah.
became.
And then he became the
Steve
most
Martin.
awesome man in the universe.
Yes.
Then he did Zombieland and became a caricature of himself.
Oh,
and-
no, he's the one that survived that. We were talking earlier about like Robert De Niro. It's taken until now for him to kind of dig out of being a caricature of himself in movies. Bill Murray was an actual caricature of himself in Zombieland,
Okay.
and he never went back to that.
No.
But
He's always different.
Bill Murray to me is always Steve Zissou or the.
I know the ones.
He's
from
always the ones
He's
with it.
never that to me ever.
I
He's
love
always-
those movies
he's
and I
always-
love him in those
Rushmore.
movies.
He's the one from
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
That is
But
my
see, you have
favorite.
it's your
of
Wes
all time.
Anderson
Yes,
favorite.
I
You love
love
that.
him.
I like those characters,
He's
but I
always
still
Phil.
think he's
Yeah.
Stripes. I still think he's Caddyshack. I still
Yeah.
think he's
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. I still think he's
Dr.
Yeah.
Peter Venkman. How do you not be Dr.
See,
Peter
and to
Venkman?
me,
What about
he's
Bob?
only Wes.
Larry.
He's always
You
Wes
have
Anderson.
saved the lives of millions of registered. Come on, he's
Yeah, no, I can't get past. I just
That's
see.
funny.
I see my Rushmore. I love him in Rushmore.
see, he's great.
So that when did that come
She's
out?
my Rushmore,
93?
Max.
No, that was
She was mine first.
93
I'm
was
gonna go cry
Vacation.
in the
We talked
corner
about.
Yeah.
over Rushmore.
Or no, you were talking about Groundhog Day was 93.
90.
Yeah, 93.
Wow.
So I'm good. So what else you got?
We saw Eye in the Sky a
And?
couple of Tuesdays ago, which was Helen Mirren and
Oh, it's Helen Mirren. Okay, I was going to ask
Helen
who's in this
Mirren.
one.
Aaron Paul plays the guy who actually runs the. So the story is Helen Mirren is the British Army. She is following guys in ISIS, and they follow who one was and I can't think of the term what they talk about. It was a British citizen who became part of ISIS and became a really bad
okay.
person.
Okay, so it's like an expat.
Yeah,
form.
expat. And so
Okay.
and so they're following her and what's going on, and these people are really bad. They do suicide bombings, all this stuff. Well, they finally find her, and they do it all through drones. So they follow them, and they got a lead, and they did this, and they do all this cool high-tech stuff where it's very James Bondy, where they have like a thing that looks like a bird that's got a camera that's watching, and then they have a thing that looks like a fly and it's watching, and then they have a big drone in the sky that has bombs. And so the whole story is about how they find this person and what they do. Aaron Paul plays the guy who's doing the drones, because we're the ones with the drones, and it's a joint kind of thing. It is spine tingling how technical it is, how close they can get to these people half a world away, how she's in London or wherever in England. We're here in like Las Vegas. They're over in Saudi Arabia or wherever it is. I can't remember the place. All doing this via satellite and all doing this in real time, trying to figure out what they're going to do with these people and the decisions they have to make, because it is in a city. It is, other people are going to get, if they do something, other people are going to get killed, and there's decisions they have to make. It's sad. It's intriguing. So
it's a good film.
It's a good film. It's very serious. It's not family friendly. You need to be a little bit older to not enjoy it, but to watch it. And then it's draining, but I thought it was very good. It got okay reviews, like on Rotten Tomatoes. People liked it. Helen Mirren is amazing.
Well,
she's always amazing.
She can stand still.
But you go through the whole.
She's like totally watching.
But you go through the process of they're saying, hey, can we do this? The military second guesses itself, and then they have to go to the higher ups and the decisions that these cabinet members, and they're like basically like, do you want to do this or not? And the cabinet members are going, I don't know. We need to ask somebody else, and are we legally authorized to do this? Is it okay? Can we do it? And they bring up all these questions and I think it's very realistic about the questions that they ask. They're bombing. They attempt that they want to think about bombing
It's interesting. It's reminding me. I don't know. Did you listen to either of you to Serial season 2?
No.
Did anyone listen to Serial season 2? It's about the Bergdahl case. The guy who was captured. Mm-hmm. And then he was eventually released, and it's true story. But there is an episode, I want to say it's episode 3 maybe, that is exactly that kind of thing, where they're talking about when they were making a deal to get him out, to get Robert Bergdahl out, and they made this deal, and it was all these different factions coming together, and I think the Taliban was part of it and all this, and then all the decisions, all that minutia that these people have to figure out. And then the deal was queried in the last minute because somebody put up a flag that they weren't supposed to, thinking it was the right flag, but they put it up like backwards or something.
Right.
And somebody from ISIS or somebody from this went, nope. And the whole thing blew up that they'd taken like a year to negotiate. So when you said that, it just reminded me of that. It was like, it's so complex.
Well,
and now you're talking lives.
Sure. Well, they're talking lives, and what's the proper use of force? What is the trade-off? I mean, it was the real life. Those decisions would be real life military decisions.
Foreign identity, they just kill.
Right.
That's not how it is.
No, there's ramifications, and what is they're talking about public opinion, and are we doing the right thing? And it's in a country that's an ally of us in Britain, so it's not like they're going into. I want to say Jordan, but they're not going into
a hot zone. They're going into something that we're
It's not like they're doing it in Iraq where maybe we can and cannot.
Doing this could ruin international.
Oh, sure. And what are the ramifications? Dealings. And these people have to live, you have to live with this decision of doing this stuff.
That you killed innocents.
Mm-hmm. It was very heart-wrenching. I thought it was very powerful. And Aaron Paul is amazing as well. So they really touch home about, they have these kids doing this stuff and they're told to do it. And they sit there and go, wait a minute, should we, shouldn't we? It's not like, like do I just press the button? I mean, these guys are doing this, and to them, it's kind of a video game, but then they're like,
that's how
oh
they
my
set
gosh.
it up. Like
until they have to live with it.
Until they have to press the button and it's not a video bomb going off, it's a real bomb. So
there's a second movie, a second drone movie that's coming out, I think, that is more that approach where the kids are hired and they feel like they're playing video games and they don't really have that understanding, which is very much Ender's Game.
Sure.
Yeah.
When they actually were playing video games, but then the one time they thought they were just playing a game.
And it turned out it was.
But then they told them this is the real thing.
Right. Yeah. If they failed, everybody died.
Like they're like, we just won the war, and they're like, we didn't do anything. Yes, you did. We just played a game. Right. No, you didn't.
Molly has not only seen Ender's Game, but listened to the audiobook. Right. So she's.
No, I've seen it.
I said
Yes.
not only seen it, but you've also listened to
Oh.
the audiobook. So she's up on that
Right.
whole concept.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman. I believe this is his last movie as well, and he is fantastic. He plays the military attaché that has to go talk to the cabinet
Who is
members.
it? Who's-
Alan Rickman,
Oh.
and he is amazing because he's
Well,
just
what's
like,
he not
we need to
amazing?
do this, and this
Yeah.
is our only chance. And what are the lives? And it's very real. I mean, they do have to weigh: should we kill a couple, or should we potentially lose a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand people?
Right.
Well, and Aaron Paul has certainly
Yeah.
moved up in the world.
Sure.
He's acting it with Helen Mirren.
Sure.
and
Well,
Alan
they're
Rickman.
never
no,
on the
he
screen.
acted with
It's-
Bryan
That's a
Cranston
pretty-
for 5
Right.
years. So
No, but this is
This is
a
a
whole
movie to
different.
step
This
into
is a
that,
whole
yeah.
different ball game.
She's been
she got the
knighted, right?
swagger. Yeah.
She has been. She's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
yeah.
And
She's royalty.
she's-
acting royalty.
yeah, she's unbelievably powerful. Rickman is unbelievably powerful.
Mhm.
Just an amazing performance and just great.
Awesome.
I don't want to say, I hate to say great movie, a very compelling movie.
Okay.
I thought it was very well directed, well acted, but
On a
it
scale
makes
of
you think.
But it's
vacation
difficult to
no, I'm
watch.
kidding.
kind
It's
of-
hard. It's hard subject matter, so it's
Yeah.
not easy. It's like you don't
Yeah.
come out of the movie and say, "Oh, this was a great resolution," because there
Mhm.
was no good ending. It just ended. So
Yeah, and sometimes I go out of those movies and I go, I never want to see that. I'm so glad I saw it, but I never
Right.
want to see that
absolutely,
again.
it's not like you're going to go home and say, "Hey, can I catch this on
Yeah,
video?"
exactly.
You may watch it because it's intriguing, but
It's like it's a great movie, but I remember Life is Beautiful.
Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a
it
gorgeous
is
movie,
so
great
well
film.
done, but torture.
I never want to see that again.
right.
That ripped me apart. Like when I think about it, I'm like, oh no, I couldn't
Right.
turn that on again.
Or like
But
Beautiful Mind,
great.
like we talk about
Yes,
movies like that where
yeah.
you just can't.
Beautiful Mind, I could do again.
Well, but I don't want to see Russell Crowe go through that. That's just
No,
heart
it's
wrenching. So,
torture. But that one I could take. That other one, no
with
way.
that little boy.
It's actually what's
yeah,
kept me from watching Schindler's List because it just seems like I can't get that close to this.
Mhm.
Do you?
Yeah.
We have similar stacks of shame.
Mhm.
Yet we've watched Waterworld.
No,
and
we
talked about it.
You have
haven't?
not watched.
I watched it
Waterworld.
this year,
I
so
have not
seriously.
watched
I'm beating you.
Dennis Hopper on. It's not that horrible of a film. It
No, it's
really
not.
isn't. But it wasn't what it was built up
No.
to be. It's
No.
not the Star Wars on water.
Gene
Gene
Triplehorn.
Mhm.
Yep. So what else? We saw a couple other things that we wanted to bring up, didn't we?
No.
Was that it?
You didn't
Yeah.
see anything else?
No.
We
No,
saw
we
a
did
few months ago. We
binging
saw the
shows.
forest. We saw the
I'm not
forest.
going
with
You
Natalie
months-
saw the
Jordan.
forest?
We saw the
Wait,
forest.
we're supposed to be talking about this week.
No,
Not,
no,
not
we're
a
not.
month
Oh,
ago.
This is a
I get-
movie conversation.
Not months ago.
It was okay.
Back in 1979, I
It was
saw
okay.
Grease. No, I'm
she
kidding.
she is fantastic, but the story kind of a little bit. But it's very interesting.
Is
She
it-
has a twin that there's the forest at the bottom of base of Mount Fuji where people go to die,
And that's real.
That is real.
People
And
go
it-
to this forest to commit suicide.
Right. Well, it has no. It's on a bunch of rock and magnetic ore, so like compasses don't work, cell phones don't work. It's kind of like a dead zone, and so that's where people will go and die and commit suicide. And some people go and become cleansed, so it's very weird. But it's a national park, and they have inns and things around there, and they let people go in there all the time.
Right.
So Natalie Dormer's twin goes in there, and they think is going to kill herself.
Mm.
It's just it's very weird. It's hard.
Is it
It's
worth to
worth-
watch? Is it one of
It'll
those?
be worth
that-
watching at home, but
I'll
it's,
watch
it's a, it's a different one.
Is it scary?
It is kind of scary, but it's that stupid scary. Like it's not slasher. It's kind of psychological. So some of it's believable, some of it isn't. It's like Blair Witch Project where
Okay.
it's all kind of created,
Yeah.
but there are some scary parts to it. But there's also some you're like with thinner going. You look at it and go, no way, that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
you can't believe the parts they want to be scary, but there are other thrilling parts when it involves people there's a lot of tension. So
Mm.
Cool.
Okay.
yeah, it's good. She has an American accent, so she's got that trying too hard.
Yeah.
It's not. You know what I mean? It's kind of too flat. It's like
Yeah.
they have like they have the coach and they get the words right, but it's like
Doesn't
there's no.
But it doesn't have the
It's
acting
not quite
Right.
behind it.
believable.
It's not like where they used to do the
Why
Chicago.
do that? Just let her have her natural accent. It would be more interesting
Sure.
anyway. But I get okay, whatever.
But yeah,
I'll watch
but
it.
it was okay. I would
You'll
watch it.
right?
I'd go. I
Yeah.
mean, I could. I won't say watch it again, but I would watch it if it's on. So
We'll watch it on HBO or something.
right.
That's
Not
a
me.
Netflix. Not you, Molly.
You haven't seen 10 Cloverfield Lane yet, have you? Or
No.
not?
No,
No.
I really want to go to
Yes.
that one.
We'll be doing that.
Yes.
You need
And
to.
Molly can see that, right?
Yeah.
Because we read about it and it didn't seem like there was
No,
anything
it's not.
in
Molly
it.
could probably handle it.
She
It's a
watches
little.
Doctor Who and stuff.
She
Right.
watches
I mean,
Harry Potter. Like she's seen all the Harry Potters and
Yeah, I think it should be okay.
yeah, I mean, it's not like
a lot of other things.
There's a little bit of an adult theme, but it's like more of the creepy kind, not
not
nudity
Boogie
or anything.
Nights.
Yeah, not Boogie Nights.
Oh
Not-
yeah,
not Boogie Nights.
She's not quite. She'll never be old enough for Boogie Nights.
You can never
That's a different
ever
10
watch this.
Cloverfield Lane.
Yes,
Yeah,
All right, are we done?
yeah.
All right.
that's
Yes. Chris and I'll be making that joke later. All right. Well, thank you, Blue
Yes, we
Box.
will.
Thank you, everybody. That was it for Real Idiots for this week. I think we lived up to the name. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.
thank you.